Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 3 of Factorio. So, giving you guys a heads up, well, real quick, first I just completed research on steel processing, which gives me access to a steel furnace, and I got advanced material processing from that. So that's cool. The other thing I want to give you the heads up on is Soren is not joining us today. Sorry. The reason being is that Soren's currently away on vacation, and a lot of people were saying, hey, where's the new Factorio episode? We want to see another Factorio. So I put it out there on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw it. By the way, I need 8 steel plates and 10 stone bricks. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's get ourselves a furnace. So if you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw where I actually posted and said, yeah, we're, unable at this time to, because Soren's out of town, kind of get together and record it. So I'm just going to do a single player episode or 2 while he's out of town, and then when he gets back, he'll be back in on the series. So I have decided to play a solo episode. So this is just me playing today. Hope that's okay with you guys. I'm cooking up some steel. So making steel is pretty easy. Just throw some of the iron plates that we have. 5 of them gets you 1 steel plate in the steel furnace. Cool. We want to have a few of those because we're going to have a bunch of cool stuff. The other thing I'm probably going to want is some cooked stone. So let's get another one of these furnaces. These will kind of be like our, for now, just item processing furnaces. Stone's pretty quick and easy to cook, unlike steel. As you can see, steel takes a while. But that'll be good because we get steel furnaces out of it, and that'll be awesome when we can get those. I think steel furnaces, by the way, have a larger footprint than the actual furnaces that we've got here, so that might be a problem for us. We might have to rearrange some of the way this thing looks and works, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. And while we're there, let's take a look at, it's probably a good idea to kind of always have research going on. Clearly we've got some research items in here that we can keep, stock of. So let's see what kind of research we could do at this point. Advanced electronics gives us some automational type stuff. We'll probably get to look at that later. Logistics 2 gives us faster transport belts, which are kind of nice to have. Engines, yeah, that gives us access to eventually have like cars and railways and stuff. Electricity distribution, that might be a good one to have because that gives us access to better electric poles. That might be a good one to definitely check out. Tool belt we don't need right now. Lab efficiency, I think this gives you a laboratory speed bonus, so your laboratories process faster. But you can see it's 100 of each type, so we don't know if we want to do that just yet. Oil processing we'll get to eventually. Yeah, let's go with the energy distribution. That sounds like a good one. And how's this guy doing? So we're doing all right on these. We might want to have, a little bit more work going on with the assembly machines, but we'll take a look at that in a bit. That's that. And then the red guys we're processing a lot of. This is the one. Cool. For now, I'll probably just put half of these guys in here, and if that works, so be it. Wow, this thing really is slow. To get a steel furnace, I need 2 more steel plates. Alright, 1 more steel plate. Oh, by the way, when you're looking at your research screen, the game is paused. So that's probably why it felt like it took so long to cook up that steel. Cool. So let's get a steel furnace cooking. Now I think I should be able to just do, okay, cool, it doesn't have a larger footprint. That is awesome news. So what I should be able to do, guys, is remove this and put this in its place. There we go. Nice. So you can see steel furnace obviously process things a little bit faster. So copper is probably on an immediate to-do list for the same thing. Even though we have a good amount of copper at the moment, that's okay. What I should really do is have a steel furnace making steel. let's take a look at our automation stuff going on over here and what we can do to make things a little better. All right, like I said, I think the first thing we should do is upgrade our stone furnace to a steel one for the production of steel. So let's get that cooked up. And, okay, cool, you can just overwrite it. And look, it even retains its inventory. That's pretty neat. I think I was standing in the way or something, and that's why I was misbehaving earlier. But that's cool. So I think the first thing I'll do is upgrade most of my furnaces here to steel furnaces as quickly as I can. We might even want to have like a inserter mode, but we'll see. For now, we'll let this thing just kind of cook and do its thing. Up here, we're researching energy distribution. So what is the status of our system? We've got tons of copper and iron coming in, more than we can process at the moment. We are automatically producing a bunch of energy distribution or research stuff. So that's cool. I might want to, this is a super compact and awesome design for just being as compact as possible with the assembly machines for all the research and science packs. However, you know, we could definitely do things a little bit more efficiently because a lot of the time these are just kind of sitting here waiting for this one guy to finish. So let's consider if we want to change this up now or leave it. But another thing we might want to do, I think I've got access to automation stuff. Yes, I've got splitters. So let's do something where we can keep these guys running at all times. All right, so I've picked up these guys. We're going to do 1, 2, let's do 2 and 2. Then this will be an expandable system, obviously, that we'll get to, you know, building out a little bit more. But I think what we're going to want is probably some conveyor belts. So let's run these this way. Sound good? Yeah, so let's actually clear this out. We'll put the conveyor belts here. And then these guys can go here and here. And then we can probably talk about this and this. That should work. Then we'll want some more inserters. Let's get about 5 of them. Cool. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but conveyor belts actually have 2 sides to them. So you can have 2 different items on conveyor belts, and this is going to come in handy for what we're about to do. What you'll notice, let's connect these guys up to power. And someone's going to yell at me for dire wire again, but tough. Let's see, if we put red here and green here, notice how cool that is. When you're placing items on conveyor belts, they will always wind up on the further side. So this one's putting it at the top, and this one's putting it at the bottom. However, when you're picking items up from conveyor belts, you can actually grab from either side. Neat, right? So what'll happen here is we'll kind of have like a build-up. Very cool. Look at that. So as these things finish processing, right, it's going to go ahead and have the inserter grab one of each, a green and a red, and put it in there. Cool. So very simple. You can have 2 sets of items on conveyor belts at any given time. And we'll wind up just keeping, you know, red down here, green up here, and let these things continue along their way. So red will have obviously a larger backlog than green, but eventually what we'll probably wind up is having the green stuff, science packs, and the red science packs make their way up here to the research area, but that'll probably come a little bit later in the series once we have, you know, obviously more stuff. Cool. Now we have an automated way to make sure that all of our labs are always running, and if we wanted to, we could probably even expand this a little bit and throw a couple more labs in there. What do we need for more labs? We need probably more iron, I would say. Yes, that's probably a very good guess. There we go. 2 more labs, and that should be fine. Uh-oh, what's going on? Bad guys. Looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of research around weapons, because we're starting to get attacked. So, looks like the local wildlife has taken an interest in good old buddy Direwolf. So let's research military. I definitely would like to have lasers eventually. So we need advanced electronics and optics. We already got optics, which is cool. So advanced electronics is probably the next thing we're going to want because I want to get a laser turret. We could get, so laser turrets require batteries. Oh, that's going to be a lot of work to get to that point. The other thing we can get is gun turrets. So we have turrets already, so that's good. So we can actually make those. Laser turrets are the next tier up, but gun turrets unfortunately require ammo. Alright, let's work towards that. So I guess we'll start with military. This will give me access to better weapons at least, so I can handle them myself. So that's an easy one to do. We can research that really quickly. You'll also notice that some of my items here have taken damage. Uh-oh. Is that just the damage alert? I think so. So let's put down this. I'm just crafting my last couple labs. This will make things a little bit faster for my research, obviously. The more labs you have, the better. And we want one more regular inserter. There we go. You don't have power? Okay. Cool. There we go. So my military research is complete, which is nice. Which gives me access to some new weapons that I can craft and access to military too. So what does that get me? That gets me better rounds, and grenades, and will eventually allow me to have gates, military, flamethrower, landmine. There are walls that we can craft. I want to say we can probably already craft those. Yes, we can. So that's good. But let's get the advanced electronics, because ideally I'd eventually like to work my way towards lasers. So advanced electronics is fine. This will get us access to a bunch of stuff, obviously. As you can see here, there's a ton of research that we get, and it also gets us some automation stuff that we'll want too. So it's not, a small amount of things that we get. Let's see, how can I repair this stuff? I'm pretty sure there's an item I'm going to need. But while I'm at it, let's craft ourselves a new gun. So right now I just have a pistol, so let's make a submachine gun. Not terribly hard to make. Cool. And that is down here. So let's test this out on like this thing. Oh yeah, much better. Cool. Alright, so we've got a nice weapon now. We might want to do some armor. I don't think I can quite do armor yet, but let's check out a gun turret. We're also going to want some magazines in that gun turret, but if I place down the turret, I forget if it needs power or not, but I'm assuming it does. As you get attacked, you're going to find that, like, as you can see on the map up here, there's definitely some enemies, far away up there on the map, and they ran all the way down here. So you're going to find that there's spots around your base where you tend to get attacked at. So let's put down this turret and see. Okay, so we can put some ammo in there if we wanted to. Let's craft a bunch of regular magazines. Alright, so does it need power or no? This power is not hitting that thing, so he may not actually need any power, which is kind of good news. While we're at it, I think I'm going to craft one more of them. Oh, I should get a radar going too. Radars use a bit of power, but... Oh wow, advanced electronics is done already. That was quick. Let's research lasers then. Why not? There we go, crafting up the new things. You can see it down there, crafting, remember. And we'll wind up putting like a few magazines in there. Cool. So if those guys come back, they should wind up getting shot by the gun turrets, and we'll just have to wait and see if they do come back. But I also got myself a radar, which I'm pretty sure his job is to... And now he might attract some of the enemies, so I think I'm going to put him over here. I want to say, and I'm almost certain about this, is that radars tend to attract more of these enemies. So let's put this over here as well, where the gun turrets would be able to, if they do come down here, get them. Cool. This thing uses a lot of energy, by the way, but he should be able to scan nearby sectors and reveal some of the map for me without me having to explore it. I'm pretty sure that that's what that does. But as you can see, it's one radar is using a pretty hefty amount of energy. So let's see, the radar process is almost done. Oh yeah, look, it cleared up a little area here. So we discovered something. Incidentally, it looks like my backlog of iron has been cleared, thanks to my steel furnace, or maybe thanks to other reasons, we'll find out. But I'm going to craft at least one more of those with the steel I just snagged. And pop this guy down right here, probably. Nice. So that'll cook up my copper faster, start building that log up. Copper's getting pretty full, but that's okay. Iron is what we're going to want a lot of at the moment. So what slowed down my iron production? Aha! Take a look at this. There we go. That's what happened. Yeah. They destroyed my iron. Those nasty little enemy alien creature things. Alright, looks like we're out of green research science packs as well. At some point I'm going to have to automate moving this up there, but we'll get to that. There's so much you got to automate in this game, and that's kind of like what I like about it. You'll notice that I do have a transport belt here that's damaged. There is a way to repair things. We'll have to take a look at that later. But for now, we're all right. Things are running still. All right. Iron production at the moment is actually a little bit low. So I'm going to work towards getting a little bit more of that. So we can do this. So throw down just another iron miner. And my plan then would be to get a few more of the good smelteries, the steel-based ones. We'll get 2 of them cooking. Maybe one more? Nah, still need more stone. And then we can get this guy and this guy replaced. Nice. That should rapidly increase our income of iron. Oh, nice. My laser research completed. Cool. Just want to note to you guys, a lot of people in the comments suggested I put burner inserters here instead of the electrical inserters. So I did. We'll see how that works out for us. Now that research is complete on lasers, what is required for the laser turn? I think batteries are required. Batteries are a nuisance to craft, but we're going to need sulfur processing, which requires oil processing, which required steel, but luckily we have that. So let's get started on oil processing as a research. But the other thing I might want to do is expand the assembly system down here, just to kind of speed up the production of those green researches. Obviously, the name of this game is those green research things. The blue ones are the next tier of research, and they're even more difficult, but we're not quite there yet. But some of the more advanced things are going to require some blue, and then even essentially alien science packs are the purple ones. They're even like crazier. But we'll stick to the basics for now. So let's see how we can expand this system a little bit. So obviously the assembly machine here is doing things. Let's see if I can come up with a better design. All right, guys, we're back. So I'm looking at increasing the efficiency of this thing. Obviously it's super compact, which is what I wanted it to be originally. So this guy was the iron gears. So let's snag this one. We'll replace this down here. Now this needs iron gears, right? Yep, so that's fine. And this guy was the transport belt. So let's configure this to be iron gears again. Cool. And then we can put our inserter back. We might need, I don't think I have any telephone poles at the moment. That's right, I've got new electric poles. I want to show you guys those too. They're cool, but we'll get to them. So we'll do this. So you should be able to start processing iron gears. We should actually put the fast inserter on them, but we'll get to that. We'll move this thing and this thing and this thing, and we'll wind up putting this down here. And your thing was making the conveyor belts, right? So we'll switch this up with a fast conveyor. You can go here to here, And then we're going to run a conveyor belt down here. There we go. That should get that thing going. And instead of this going right into here, I'm going to output him here. Cool. There we go. Look at that. So he can actually pick up items thrown at him through there. And then we also want to have this guy output to here. So you'll notice that now we've got, similar to what we did up there with the red and green, we've got a backlogging of the transport belts and those things. That's cool. So I'm debating if I want, because gears are going on there too, and they're not super fast going to be used. But that's okay. Yeah, gears are getting dropped on there. I kind of don't want the gears going. So for now, just to keep this thing going, well, it's all right, we'll leave it. Nice, so the gears are definitely going. Maybe what I'll do, so gears are really only used, so I'll do that. That should be fine. So now gears aren't going down there. See how that works? And what I can have is just a chest there, maybe? That will only keep one stack of gears at any given time. That should be fine. Nice. I might want to make some of these guys be tier 2, because that'll just make them assemble faster. So yeah, actually right now our slowness factor is how much iron we have. Cool. That's all right with me. You should not have this in there. So that's pretty good. So you know what, I'll stop this. We'll leave this as is. But what this means then is the following. We should be able to have multiple processors making the green science packs. And that's what I'm going to work towards. So what I'm going to do is probably have... Okay, I'll make at least 1 or 2 more of these. I'll do them like here, here, and here. We'll obviously need power. I know, dire wire. I'm going to hate Soren for inventing that term. That should work, and we'll configure this guy to be the green science packs, the green science packs, and the green science packs. Cool. And then we can, for now, just have a couple, well, you know what I'll do? I got this planned. That should work. And then I can do this. Cool. And a chest with an inserter like so. Maybe we even want a faster inserter. Nice. Cool. So that should pretty much triple our speed of things. You are not moving. Why not? Probably just need to have... Oh, haha, derp. That's why. We actually don't need this conveyor belt there. There we go. Cool. So that should pretty much triple our speed of production. Everything should be pretty much running at all times now. How's this thing doing? Not really backlogging. So really at this point, the slowdown is the iron income that we have. How crazy is that? So are we smelting it as fast as we're getting it? Yes. How are we doing up here? Are all 4 of these guys running? Nice. I might wind up just moving these and having another miner go. Uh-oh. Whew, that was close. Yeah, that was not good at all. As soon as I moved them, those little dudes just showed up. So we'll put that and that for now. Cool. Alright, so that should increase our iron production yet some more. And maybe we have enough iron to start making some more of these things. So that should be a slightly more efficient factory for this setup, right? That looks like it's working really well, actually. So once we get more iron coming down here, we should be in better shape. Debating if I want to... Maybe I should just move this thing? I don't know. I'll figure out how I want to make this a little bit more efficient later, but for now it's working, and we have tons of copper. In fact, why don't I upgrade to... I could make a steel chest if I got a few more steel plates, and that would store a lot more copper. Just one more of these, and that'll be good. So there's several levels of chest, iron, steel, obviously, and there's a smart chest, which is pretty cool too. But I'm going to go with the steel chest for my iron storage. And you can see there's a lot more storage capacity in a steel chest. Cool. So yeah, I think really all we are at this point is waiting on more iron, and then we should be golden. That's neat. So I'll get this guy placed in the chest up here and figure out my iron production, because not only do we need more iron to be processed, we probably need to find another iron field. Uh-oh, I see bad guys. Let's get some armor. I'm going to have to wait for my research to finish probably before I can do more armor, but that's okay. All right, we'll come back in a minute once some research has been completed and just, you know, some time passes here. All right, see you guys in a moment. So guys, I think I need some more burners up here. Some boilers for the water. However, I'd have to relocate this thing, so let's check out something new that I don't think we've seen yet, the splitter. This is a pretty cool device. Check this guy out. The splitter should let you split your lines like so. So we'll say it's coming in there. You can kind of check out like how things look. Oh, am I standing in the way? Oh, it's this thing's in the way. There we go. Splitter looks like that. Cool. So you can see it'll split the load of coal, so they both go in both directions. Nice, right? So I can put one coal in there. So you should see him feeding himself first. So if I put one coal in, yeah, see him fed himself first. Nice. So is that going to increase the... Oh, cool. That's what it was. My water temperature, I guess, wasn't quite warm enough. My available performance was low. So we're now doing pretty good. I think we're doing all right on power use. So we're producing 2.1 megawatts, so we're cool. Yeah, we're good. We're not capped out on production yet. All right, and it looks like we have a backlog of iron. A good problem to have, I guess. Can I make another one of these steel furnaces? I can. Cool. So I decided that the inserters were not fast enough, so let's craft a few more transport belts. Because our inserters weren't keeping up with the backlog of iron furnaces as it was. So if we do this, that should be cool. I'm thinking maybe at the end of this line of iron, we can have like a storage chest of some kind. So that maybe, uh-oh, getting attacked. Did they get dealt with? They did. Nice. So maybe down here, if it gets this far, we can have an inserter that will store things in a chest like this. So once we have a backlog of iron, it'll all get stored in this wooden chest for later. Oh, and speaking of the enemies attacking me, they just completely messed up my production line. They destroyed my electric pole and this stuff. So we're definitely going to have to get working on those lasers, I think, a little sooner. So sulfur production is next. So let's research that, and then we can research batteries, but I think that'll be cool. In the meantime, I think I'm going to craft a few more of those defensive turrets. Let's say 4 of them, and we'll be right back. All right, clearly producing a bunch of ammo here for the purposes of keeping these set up, but hopefully the turrets kind of all around here spread out like this should do a pretty good job of keeping those guys at bay, at least for now. Obviously, like I said, laser turrets are better. They do require a lot of energy and a lot of work to get to, though, but it'll definitely be worth it. So I'm just going to keep about 10 ammo in each of these guys filled up. Cool. Nice. Now we're talking. Hopefully that'll keep me protected from those things. And our smelteries are doing well. All right. Everything's pretty much working. I like it. By the way, how's my iron system over here at the moment? Or copper. That's the only thing that's not automated about this build over here is the copper going into it. But I can get like tons of copper, as you can see. And I think it's something like shift click. Control click. There we go. Nice. Looking good. Oh, 2 warnings. Objects are being damaged. It's alright, they did what they were supposed to do. Cool. Now we've got a little bit of defense going on. Alright guys, and with that, I think I'll wrap up the episode. So, not sure if episode 4, if Soren will be here for that or not. Hopefully he will. If not, I'll get another one out for you guys. I know a lot of people are interested in seeing this episode, like I said, so even though he's out of town this week, I figured I would, get this done for you guys. We'll come back next time. I would like to work towards laser turrets, because that'll really help me protect my base and not have to worry about the ammo inside these turrets. But, worst case, I think we should be alright. So I'm working on sulfur processing. That's obviously cooking up. The green science packs and the red science packs are actually doing really well. I just moved 400 red science packs into here. So yeah, red's got no problem producing. Green's obviously harder, and blue's even harder than green. So once we get around to automating that, it's going to be a real challenge for us. But obviously it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's working well. I could probably even fit 1 more assembler down here, but we'll just leave it at 3 for now. And if we really start to have a backlog, obviously we have a large backlog on the inserters. It's really more so the transport belts. And I think we're still at the point where we're just not getting a lot of iron. See how little iron there is in the wooden chest down here? So I think as we get more and more iron, I think I'm also going to explore the map a little bit. There is iron over here, so that's kind of cool. It's a small amount yet again, but it'll do. But we'll see if I can find a nice large iron node. That would be cool. Alright guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.